follow them.
Tallulah, come on, the bus is about to leave.
Okay, there it is. Haha. All right, so what I was just saying is I was painting this and someone didn't know what a gourd was. And so I was like, I'm pretty sure I have a gourd down here. So I grabbed this one and um, and then after I was showing it to him, I was like, I know I bought this in Old North. I bought it like when we first moved in. I remember going to, I don't remember which event it was, and buying this. And I'm like, I wonder if it's actually one of her gourds. So I was looking at the bottom and it says GRH 2016 written burned into the bottom of it. So it's actually one of her gourds. So it's pretty cool. I have one right here. It's actually pretty amazing how many of these are neighbors. uh, let's see. If you include me, 5 out of 7 are in Old North. But that's cool. There's so much stuff going on here. Yeah, so it's exciting that I didn't even know, I didn't even remember that we had bought that from her. But it does make me want more gourds in my life making this. I have some seeds to grow some gourds, but I don't have anywhere to grow them because they're a little heavy for our backyard for our fence. Which I'm going to be doing tons of streaming this weekend. Kirsten is going to Arkansas and she's taking Finley with her, so I am all alone for the weekend. So it's going to be a paint-a-thon, a Doug Weaver paint-a-thon. Because I'm going to be delivering this painting on the 29th, which is in less than 2 weeks. So I'm in that like final sprint. I got to get this is the last basement to get done, and then I have lots of things to do this weekend. So where is it going? I'm not allowed to tell. It's against the rules, but it's going in an office building. Have you seen? I don't know if you've shown you this. I can show you what the whole thing looks like. So this is the whole painting. It's really big. Yeah, camera looks a little blurry, but oh well. So I'm just working on this one little thing, and it's all so much. There's so much going on here. Um, so I actually have to. Uh, Actually, I'm gonna have to take it off of here and roll it up to get it out of the basement, and then re-stretch it in the living room so that I can get it out of the house. Which reminds me, Kirsten was gonna ask Matt about using the um, the flatbed trailer that's in the garden to move it because I don't I can't move it. It's too big for my truck. But I don't know if she did or what he said. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he can do it. Does it go on top of a car? I have spent way too much work on this to throw it on top of a car. So it's like I could put it on the racks on my truck, but like it's 12 feet long. So even if you had an 8 foot bed, then it would still stick out 4 feet, which is, let's see, 4 feet is to be a square about here. So like two and a half houses would stick out the back of a truck, which is not going very far. It's just going downtown. Um, but I'm going to end up having to finish the painting in the living room because I'll have to do some touch ups after I get it stretched, and it'll be on the wall. I'll put it on the wall in the living room and finish it up there. It'll be exciting to see what it looks like in a space. But I've been working on this since last year, so I've been really stressed out the last week or so because my um, um, oh, sorry, I just stopped talking in the middle of my sentence. I'm listening to another streamer. So there's a my school term ended last week, so I started the new term this yesterday. So I'm like been doing grading and in a rush to get this thing done, and then needing to get this done. So I'll be really relieved when this is done. And I have some things I'm excited about for when this is done. I'm going to get my jeweler's bench up and running. I ordered a new laptop today. I'm very excited about that. So I plan to start doing a lot more digital art. I just needed a laptop that can handle it. So I got this laptop at the beginning of the pandemic, and it's been great to have it. But then, like, it just can't handle dynamic brushes and 3D rendering and any of that, anything like that. Even just like some of the videos that I've made during the pandemic, it just can't handle the editing. So an iPad and an Apple Pencil. Ooh, we need to have some like digital illustration parties. I'm a big fan of Acer. So my last three laptops have been Acers. So what I got is the Acer. What did I get? The Acer Concept D Easel 3. It's a fun little. It flips around weird. It's something I can use for video editing and yeah, so I'm excited to see what it's like. It's going to be fun to play with. I have a project that I've been wanting to do, um, making. I want to. So sometimes when I'm out places that I'm not in my studio, it's like I wish I have more that I could work on when I'm not in my studio. So I want to do some digital art projects, and I want to do one based on the art museum and take paintings that are up in the art museum and make Snapchat or Instagram story filters for the paintings at the art museum. So making digital paintings that kind of that would be a filter to go over the uh, paintings that are there, that they could go over parts of it or all of it or kind of interact with the paintings that are on display so that you can get like kind of an interactive activities, virtual reality activities to do with the paintings at the art museum. I think it sounds really fun. I don't know how the art museum will feel about it. I don't know if that's something I would need permission to do. I don't feel like I would. Because all I would be doing is making the filters and then I feel like the art museum would like it because it would be people going and looking at paintings, and I would want to do it with paintings that are more obscure, that are ones that like aren't in the main galleries or are small and you don't really notice because they're next to something really cool, and to try to get people to look at some of the paintings that they tend to get overlooked, but I really like. It's like my favorite painting at the art museum. It's on the second floor. Uh, when you go in on the left, the right side from the main entrance, if you go right and up those stairs, it's tucked in one of those back galleries on the second floor that no one ever goes in, and it's my favorite painting in the whole museum. So I was thinking I would just make a web page that has um, just has like an image of this is the painting that you use this filter on. So, but to actually see what it does, you have to just go and see it. But it's something because all of their images are digitized, they have everything online. Um, I wouldn't even need to go and photograph anything or whatever. I could just look at their online collection to get the images off of and use those to make the filters. So it would be super simple. I wouldn't even have to go there to do it. So it's actually something that if it works out well, I could do for other museums without ever visiting them because it's the future. One of these things has like this long, gnarly neck on it. It's really cool. It is. Yeah, it is. So, yeah, I'm really excited about here. I can give you a tour real quick. Yeah, that is. Yeah, I try not to say people's names on here, especially people's kids' names, because you know I really know if I have permission to do that. Um, all right, but I can grab this camera. Let me turn it on, and we can get a better view. So this is the one that I'm working on right now. And then this here, she makes children's clothes. This is a friend of mine that does taxes from home. But I have this to kind of represent all kinds of like jobs that people do online at home in a home office. Which I still need to paint as cats in there. Um, so I have like Photoshop open, and he's watching a hockey game, obviously, a little bit distracted for some reason. But is that those people you know? Probably. You know everyone. Uh, these are also some neighbors. Um, she has a hair salon. Uh, this is also a person you know. So this is she does um, she finds things at estate sales and garage sales and wherever, and then and flea markets, and then sells them online. So she has all of her like stuff, and then the boxes here for packaging and the big roll of bubble wrap. This one's me. I need to fix the way I look. It could be better, but it has my streaming set up, and my this is the painting that I'm working on. So once I finish the whole thing, I'll come back in and paint all of these little basements. But I did go ahead and paint my basement there, so you can see it has a little version of the painting that I'm working on. Ooh. And then music studio here. So this is actually my father-in-law, and this is Justin Raw. Um, so if you look up on, wait, you know Justin Raw, you know who that is. I just remembered. I'm like I met him at an event, um, at a Shakespeare event in where is that, Pagedale? Yeah. So um, just around. So once I get all the basements done, I need to paint all of the black in between. I'll add some like water pipes and sewer and all of that stuff to it. And let's see. This house here is in Spanish Lake. This is my house. Let's see. This one is in Fountain Park. This one is in LaSalle. This house here is in Lafayette Square. This one is in Old North in 63107, and then that one is in Fox Park. So I kind of have a smattering of houses in St. Louis in here as well. So yeah. Yeah, so that event is obviously where that's where I met Justin, because I painted him uh, when I was painting at your event. So um, yeah, and I talked to him about him being in the painting. He thinks it's awesome. So that's good. All right, have fun at work. Oh, not at work. You don't go to work. Have fun working. Oh, and then Grafer Gamer. One of my friends is talking to me on Facebook. So there's actually two of you here talking to me, but you can't see what each other say. So if it seems like I'm talking to myself. Yeah. sometimes it's hard to like know if anyone's gonna watch. And it's like I might get someone to watch from Facebook. Sometimes you can get, I don't know. I hate streaming to no one, so I have better odds if I'm streaming to multiple places of someone actually being there. Once I finish this painting, I plan to get more into like how Twitch works and like how to make it more interactive and all that fun jazz. I haven't had time to really even think about it. Because I started this painting right around the time that I got Twitch. And so it's the only thing that I've done on Twitch at all is work on this painting. So I need to I'm excited to work on some other things. Man, some of these gourds are huge. Hey Anthony, do you go by Anthony or Tony? Both formidable names. I have an uncle named Tony. Tony. I have an uncle Tony and an uncle Larry. So my dad's name is Tommy, and he was one of many children. Um, so there was Tommy, Tony, Larry, Martin, Butch, and Buck. I think that's their names. There's so many. And then there's his sisters were Peggy and Mary. Yeah, he had a lot of siblings. I'm trying to think. He didn't have. For some reason, I always think that I had an Uncle Claude, but I didn't have an Uncle Claude. My Gramps was named Claude, but he was Claude Jr. There wasn't any Claude the Third. His name was Claude Elvis Weaver Jr. Quite the name, but none of his kids wanted to name. Well, he didn't name any of his kids after him. I always feel sad when there's a junior, but then not a third. It's like you had the perfect opportunity for an epic name and didn't take it. Mm-mm-mm. Lots of orange. Orange, orange, orange. Ooh, wood burning. I think I want to play with some more wax. I haven't played with wax much lately. That sounds fun. I have a student that said that they want to learn how to do encaustic, so they're going to be meeting me at the school. I'm going to teach them some encaustic. I think I might do it just by hanging out and doing encaustic together. I think that sounds super fun. So I'm actually listening to and sort of watching um, Asher East on Twitch. She's drawing an armadillo. It's pretty cool. Something I found like I want to explore Twitch more because I want to see like okay, what are people doing and how is that going for them? So I've been trying to watch some other Twitch streams lately, and I'm like I don't have time. Like if I have time to watch Twitch, then I could be painting. So I've decided I'm never gonna have time to just sit and watch streamers. So I've decided I'm gonna start um, just watching people stream while I'm streaming. Which I guess I could just paint and not stream, but it is a little harder. Some people do pretty well. It seems like it's the people that have time to to really develop their following, really develop their um, presence, like spending the time to really make the Twitch viewing experience special with interactive stuff and Discord servers and it seems like there's a lot of time spent in creating the stream and then following it up with like um, engaging on Instagram, engaging on whatever else. I feel like there's some people that it's like the amount of time that they're spending just setting things up seems intense to me. Of course, one of the things that's been slowing me down is like because I'm working on this giant large scale on this painting, like every time I kind of have to reset up my stream every few days when I'm moving to a different section. I have to move all my cameras, I have to move all my stuff, move my laptop, which means I need to move my service that the laptop's on. So I'm excited when this is done to sit in one place and just have everything in front of me. That's going to be nice. Looks like she's taking a break. Oh, well, looks like I am turning into a pumpkin. It's time for me to go. So, yeah. I just heard my wife get home, so it's time to like have dinner, hang out, maybe play a game of chess. So I will come back to these gourds in a bit. So thanks for hanging out, but it is time for me to spend time with my family. All right, have a good evening.